Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tarnation TV, broadcasting again today from Talladega Nights Racing League. The playoffs have begun. This is round number 1 of 3 of the playoffs here as we make our way through this 12-race season of the iPE Excellence Series, sponsored this evening by Boudreaux's Butt Paste. So it's the iPE Butt Race. What is this? The iPE Butt Paste. I don't even know how to say it. It's an amazing sponsor, and it's an awesome tongue twister, buttpaste.com. Thank you to, I believe it was Kelly Causey, and it was 2 guys that did this. How come I can't remember?
I don't remember on that one.
I didn't catch that. This is very professional.
We're in for a fun race. We had a good race last night, a fundraising race for ALS. Made a lot of money for some, for the race. I mean, they were auctioning cars off. They were taking donations. There were sponsorships. It was a really fun race. I learned a lot from Seth Cole last night. I'm going to try to get a little better because, boy, that guy made me look bad. But it was a fun race.
Very fun. Yeah, a lot of fun, especially with Seth lending a hand, able to, let me concentrate on other stuff. And the broadcast could keep on moving. So, yeah, big thanks to you, Rod and Seth. It was fantastic stuff. We pulled it off, man. And it's always stressful leading up to an event like that. But once I click go, all the stress leaves because then we're in our go zone, right? Where it's, okay, nothing we can do about it now. Let's go racing. So, yeah, that was a lot of fun. Congratulations to Tyler Mallon for winning that thing at the last minute. 0.08 seconds he got coming to that yellow and white. A very, very cool finish. But here we are, race number 9, about to start the playoffs. So we're into a knockout situation now. We got 12 drivers locked in purple on your screen. The top 12 are in here now, going, of course, for the championship title for season number 1 of the iPE Excellence Series here at Talladega Nights. Everybody else, of course, can still join the server. We're not just having a 12-car race. We have currently, it says I got about 28 guys on the track. That's probably a little less as we filter through all the practice laps. But always a good turnout here on Sunday nights, so we go a little earlier on Sundays. But yeah, it looks like we're going to have a lot of drivers here this evening, but only those 12 are fighting for the playoffs. And they actually are color-coded. They have green grill on the front, green on the roof, I believe, and then they got the bright green spoiler on the back of the truck.
Very nice.
I said truck.
Truck, you did very good.
Yes.
And ironically, Seth screwed up once and said truck last night, but I didn't say anything.
That was pretty good. I caught that too. I'm like, oh, somebody messed up and said truck in a car race. That's cool. I've never done that.
It's going to be interesting tonight. Like you said, there's 12 drivers going for it. 4 will be eliminated tonight. Things are a little different, though, because we've talked about it a little bit before, the penalty points. So every driver gets two chances. So if they have cause a bad accident, they get one of their cards basically pulled away. If they do good the next race, they get it back. So now it changes a little bit. Any driver that's not in the championship, they get one chance. And if they mess up, they can come back the next week, but they cannot mess up at all for the rest of the season. If they do, they're parked. And then the championship drivers, they still get 2, but they could potentially go out tonight, cause an incident, get one of their cards taken away, cause another incident in the second race. When they get to the third race, they're still in it. But if they cause a situation in that race, they're forced to park, so then they could lose the championship. So the guys are going to mind their P's and Q's a little bit more, but it's going to be cool to see who comes out on top. Now, we know Greg Lovell's up top. He's our points leader. He could be out tonight if he finishes in the last 4 positions of the 12 drivers that are in the chase.
Yeah, because when this race ends, the race within the race will be all those guys with those green spoilers. We're only taking 8 into race number 2. And then, of course, that goes down to 4 for the championship run. And, of course, at the end of that race, there can be only one winner. So they don't necessarily need to win, but they need to finish in front of their fellow playoff contenders. So these type of races now are always super fun to watch because it's not necessarily going to be, watching for that winner. So it's to win the race is great. And they do keep tallying the points for the rest of the guys. So the points are still going to accumulate. So if you do run all 12 races, you'll see what you got, 1,000, 2,000 points, depending how the numbers run. So it's still neat for the drivers that aren't in the chase to actually be able to, still accumulate those points and see how they're doing, even though they can't win it anymore because of the playoff situation.
Absolutely. And then, like I said, a lot of drivers are going to be here just because they love racing, and they're going to be out there just to have fun. Some of the guys, you can think about it, like Eric Lovell, just outside the points. If he's here tonight, I didn't get a chance to see if he is or not, but he can be out there helping his dad Greg, or he can helping his uncle, and they can still play a part in it. May not be able to win the championship, but they can also help their teammates or their friends be able to win the championship.
Yeah, because we were talking to Greg Palmer about that. I believe it was last week, maybe even the week before. Greg wasn't going to make it in. He finished really good last week and the week before. He actually won race number 8, as you can see from the graph there. But he did miss a couple of races, so he finished in 16th place overall. But he said, if he can make it out, he'd be here because he can always help his teammates advance as well. You could get in there for the push, or the push or the pull, or somebody wants to pit early, no points on the line for Greg. I'll pit early with you and I can help you get back up to speed. Greg is here tonight. 3G Greg.
That's
4G Greg.
and that's a good thing though, because like I say, this is a track where friends can help you tremendously in winning the race.
Yeah, you need help here. These super fast tracks, as we saw, every time we come here, we've got Kelly Causey's favorite camera angle, that spectator cam, going down the back straightaway.
To the booth.
He's a huge fan of that thing. We'll be using that tonight. Go ahead, 56. Oh, I don't have the 56.
Oh no, that's right too. I think I don't have him
56 either. To the booth.
I'll get him. Hold on a minute. Yeah. I'll go grab him.
I forgot to reset my whispers from last night. Sorry, Jeff.
Yeah, okay,
I forgot to reset my whispers from last night, man. I'm gonna do it right now.
Okay.
Oh wait, we can't do it right now because we're going to driver intros, right?
Yes, sir. When you're ready.
Cool. We're ready. Let's do it.
Okay, so I'll bring you up first. I'll slide myself a second. Hello, everybody. Enjoy the race. This is a fun atmosphere type of sponsorship, so we'll talk to these guys after the intro with you for a little bit later as well. Okay.
Let's do this thing. Awesome. Thanks for everybody for showing up on a Sunday evening. The weather's nice outside, but we're all in here doing this thing because this thing is fun. But yeah, I'll stop filibustering and just hand the microphone to Robert Breedlove because he's got the pole position.
Robert Breedlove in a 931 from Lancaster, South Carolina. Just want to thank Greg and Kelly for sponsoring this, and of course Jeffrey and all the admins for everything they do. You guys, good luck tonight.
Pissing second, driving the 55 Tostitos Chevrolet, painted by Rodney Stallings out of West Bend, Wisconsin. I'd like to say thanks to the Boudreaux brothers for their butt pace 125. Should be a great race.
Hey, this is Greg Palmer driving a 22 Boudreaux's butt pace Chevy Silverado. Just want to thank the sponsors here: Ken, Jeff, Keith, Craig, Bob, Graham, everybody that makes this place run, makes it tick. Yes, and my granddaughter wants to say something. Okay, yes. And yes, let's have a fine time tonight, and let's do it.
Starting fourth in the number 8 is Greg Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia. I'd like to thank the guys that sponsored the race. I'd like to thank Frank for painting my truck. I'd like to thank Ken and Jeff and all you guys for what you do. Let's have fun tonight.
Starting fifth in the 388 cross scheme, Dale Jr., Dale Earnhardt Sr. truck painted by Frank Givens. Thanks, Frank. Thanks for all you guys that race here tonight. Thanks for a more lighthearted race this week. And it's good to get a laugh every now and then, guys. And let's just be courteous around each other and have a good race. Good luck.
Starting 8, Keith. Oh, go ahead, Eric. I'm sorry. I'm way ahead.
Nate Balsa driving the number 079 JBL Silverado out of Seattle, Washington. Good luck to you guys in the chase.
Starting 7th, number 80, driving the Mopar Dodge, painted by Frank Divins. Thank you guys for the sponsorship and the broadcast. Let's have a good race.
Now, starting 8th in the 63 Chevrolet Silverado, Keith Bynum, sponsored truck by Hubcap Annie. And I just want to say, stop by the Double Deuces trailer on your way out and get you free samples of butt paste.
Rolling off 9th, Randy Wall from Huntsville, Alabama, driving the number 21 Alabama Crimson Tide Chevy. Shout out to my grandsons, Adrian, Asher, and Asa, my sons Christian and Corey. Thank you, Boudreaux Brothers and broadcast.
Starting 10th in the 82 West Virginia Tourism Ford, Craig Hagley out of Canaan Valley, West Virginia. Thank you, Palmer and Legend, for your sponsorship. Let's have a good race tonight, guys.
Starting 11th, Kelly Causey from Agricola, Mississippi, driving the 00 Boudreaux Butt Pace Chevrolet. Thanks to Rodney on getting the paint for me done. And there can only be one winner, so that means the rest of us are going to have a chat butt. So y'all come by the 00, the 22 pits, and get you some. Yeah.
Starting in 12th, Mike Mangialardi from Federal Way, Washington, driving the 29 Ford F-150. Thank you, Greg and Kelly, for sponsoring the race. And a shout out to my friends watching at the Rainier Room tonight. And good luck, everybody, and everybody in the chase.
13th, Bob Dixon driving the 43 from Macon, Georgia.
Starting 14th, Bobby Farrell, not touching any butts tonight. From Frederica, Delaware, in the number 77, Bama Buggy Chevrolet for Spire Motorsports.
Starting in 15th position, the number 60, the famous Perry Bond out of Virginia. Yeah, he just ruined me a bottle of this stuff, man. What's it smell like? I don't know, but thanks, Perry. Appreciate it. Anyways, good luck, everybody. Have a good race.
Starting 16th, Big Stone Gap, Virginia, racing in the Sore Butt 400. Good luck, guys.
Oh, you did.
Start number 17th at 23, Douglas Ulick from Plum, Pennsylvania. Just remember, Boudreaux Butt Paste is available in your local Target, Giant Eagles, and other fine institutions. If you go to Sam's Club and you really have a chapped butt, they have it in mass quantities.
Graham McDonald.
Starting the 18th, the number 24, Graham McDonald from Sarnia, Ontario. Unfortunately, butt paste isn't available in Canada, so you guys are going to have to send me some. Good luck, everybody.
Starting in 19th, Stephen Brandstetter from Granite, Oklahoma, driving the 510 Oklahoma State University Ford F-150 painted by Blaine Donovan. Thanks for the race, guys. It's so fun.
Starting 20th, number 28, Mark Pagley from Gainesville, Georgia. A shout out to Greg and Kelly. Great job, Kelly, last night in your ALS event. Appreciate the invite.
Starting 21st, driving 66 New York Yankees Silverado Chevy, KD Huntsbury from Orrington, Maine. Big shout out there goes to Rocket and Buckshot. Let's have a good race, guys. It's a pleasure to be here every race. And thank you, Larry D. Hope you get better, babe. Let's go.
Starting 22nd out of Sun City Center, Florida, it's Frank Divins driving the Napa Auto Parts Fictional in honor of Chase Elliott and his Texas race win tonight. I want to thank Kelly and Greg for their sponsorship, and I like also to use butt paste in my diaper rash.
That all depends.
Yes.
Starting 24th, Garland Oaks from Martinsville, Virginia, driving the number 67 Dr. Pepper Toyota Tundra. I'd like to give a shout out to the guys for sponsoring the race and sending over some of that butt paste. Our mechanic, his hemorrhoids aren't hurting as bad, even though he's still now got a smile on his face.
There we are.
Starting 26th, Javier Negron from VE Bridgeport, Connecticut, driving for Team Wrecking Ball. Let's go, boys.
Starting 27, the number 043, Brian Lovell from Big Stone Gap, Virginia. Thank you guys for putting the race on, and good luck, everybody, in the butt crap paste 125.
Starting 28th, Rodney Sullins from Bentonville, Arkansas, driving the number 38 Havana Brisa Black Rifle Coffee Silverado, painted by me. Thanks to the Butt Paste twins, Greg and Kelly, for sponsoring these 47 pain in the ass laps. Good luck, everybody.
Oh boy. This is Jeffrey Elliott out of Mooresville, North Carolina. First, I want to say, Larry D, this race is for you, buddy. Hope it puts a smile on your face and you're watching it right now. But yes, I'm driving the Chevy Talladega Nights Silverado, painted by the one and only Rodney Sullins. Thank you, Rodney. Guys, thank you for coming out. We're going to have a fun night tonight. Good luck to everybody. And is this edible by any chance, boys?
Try it.
Okay, I'll try it out. Anyways,
Put it on a sandwich.
yeah, I'll try it out. Okay. Oh, anyways, guys, have a great race.
Try it on your dog.
Great with grilled cheese.
All right, start number 30, number 45, Tom Dixon in the Chevrolet Batman car. Larry D, I think you found a way to watch us tonight. Get better, get well, get back on the track with us. We love you, brother. Good luck, guys.
Starting 31st, Brian Ross in Heath, Texas, number 6, Chevy Silverado, painted by Rodney Solins. Thank you, Jeff. Ken, everybody puts everything on, all sponsors. Appreciate it.
Well, there you go, Blaine. That's your starting lineup with a happy group tonight.
Yeah, man. No, thanks everybody for coming out to the iPE Butt Pace 125. So it should be a good one.
No, we'll skip the prayer tonight, but Blaine, I'm sure everybody can contest to this. You guys did an amazing job last night. It was the best broadcast I've ever seen.
Thanks, bud.
Great job. All three of you guys. Awesome.
Thank you.
Good
My
luck,
pleasure.
Love you, Blaine.
Love you, Greg. 3G Greg. 3G Greg sponsored the race. I should have known better. 3G
Oh my
Greg and Kelly
God.
Kazi.
I am sorry, but I have to sit here and wipe the tears off my eyes. I was listening to that, dude. Them guys are having fun with that.
Yeah, they were the iPE Butt Pace 125, and they were all doing. You know, it's a good thing that that Butt Paste actually sponsored the race tonight, because apparently there's a whole bunch of asses out here.
They were having fun with it, and I'm glad they were mentioning Larry D, because I was going to mention that he had a surgery and so he's healing. Hoping he gets well soon. We got to get that Red Sox car. Here I go, first one. Red Sox truck out here tonight, so he can get back on the track. We miss you, buddy.
Yeah, I'm just fixing my whisper right now here. Are you in here, Jeff?
I brought both of your sponsors in this room. Keep them busy for a couple minutes, sir.
Sweet, we'll do it. Hey guys, this sponsor's a lot of fun. We can tell already. You got me, guys?
Yeah,
Oh,
a
yeah.
little,
Yeah, we got
a little dab of do you?
There it is. Yeah, is this so? Like Graham said, this isn't available in Canada. I've never heard of it before, so it is a real thing, eh?
It is.
Yes,
Okay.
it is a real thing.
yeah.
It's been around for years. I think Kelly said it originated in probably Louisiana.
Louisiana is where it originated, if I'm not mistaken.
And looking at the website too, it looks like it's probably for diaper rash, right? It's for babies and stuff.
Pretty much, but you know, when there are times when adults have those type of issues, you know, especially down here with our humidity like we have in Mississippi. So I won't say that I haven't used it in the past year.
And I used it when I raced at Talladega, because bump drafting, you can get a rash.
Yes, and it is sitting down for a while too, which is another hazard of the sport that we partake in on Sunday nights.
So, Greg, what you're saying is you put it at the rear bumper of the truck so they slide off, right?
There is absolutely 100% no bumper grab.
I'm still laughing. I'm still wiping tears off from the driver's intros, so that was pretty good.
This is what it's all about, all right? Just having a little laugh. I mean, it's been serious all year. Kelly and I, we couldn't come up with a sponsor. Everybody's been sponsoring things that we wanted to. So he says, you know what, Kelly, let's do the Boudreaux. Let's do the butt pace. Let's have a good time with it. Let the guys have a laugh, and guys up in the booth have a laugh. Let's just have a good time. He goes, yeah, that sounds good. Let's get a couple trucks painted up. Rodney will do them. And I have to thank Rodney. My God, not just these trucks, but every car, every truck that he's painted for us the whole year, last year. The guy's amazing. He really is.
Oh, absolutely. Some of the cars he had there last night were beautiful.
Gorgeous, man.
I mean,
Yeah,
he's
and you know,
out of
and
nowhere
also,
with it too for you guys. Like, I didn't even expect that to happen. That's super cool.
yeah, we both have we both have run this paint scheme before. He had a yellow one, I had a white one over when we were running Open Speedway a lot, and you know, so it was just kind of, we both had kind of ties to it somewhere or another, and so when we kind of came up with that idea, it was yeah, let's go with it, man. I think it'd be fun, and the driver intros kind of lightened things up a little bit, didn't it?
I couldn't believe some of the guys were, when it got to their turn, they you could hear it in their voice. They were still laughing from the previous comment and couldn't speak.
Now, if you guys look at our tailgates, my truck and Kelly's truck, it's got a little saying right on the bumper, right below the tailgate.
Oh, I can get on that. Give me a second here.
He's got a saying,
yeah.
and I have a saying.
Mine
Okay,
is
we've got
if I pass you, you know, and you look at mine, so
rub bumper here. That's what we got on Palmer. And is Kelly on the track? No. Yes, he is. No, he's not.
I am now. I
am
got
now.
on.
Use our product on your chapped ass. Well, now we know what it's for.
This is all about having a good time, guys.
Hey guys, I just want to bring you down there. It's getting close. I want to get you back up there in the driver's room, so you have to go to the restroom or something. Give you a few minutes. Thank you for coming down here with the boys and sharing a little laughter.
Thanks, bud.
Thanks a lot, guys, for the sponsorship.
Thanks, Blaine. Thanks, Rod.
Hey, you have a good night. Good luck, guys.
Good luck, guys.
Okay, hey, the joke's on us tonight.
Yes, it is.
I fixed the whisper there, Jeff, so we're good to go for the rest of the race. Yeah, man. So are we going to let happy hour run out? We got about 4 minutes to go.
No, I'm going to probably, do you need 4 minutes?
No.
Okay, I'm going to let it like 2 minutes. I'm just going to let these guys go to the bathroom real quick.
Cool. Yep. So at 2 minutes, we will be back and we will go green. So there you go.
I had to jump in and out a couple of times there. I had to get some of the trucks. I missed out the championship trucks. They were in a different folder and I didn't have them, so I jumped out real quick. Got to make sure we had the trucks. Don't want to miss them.
Yep. We got Graham McDonald locked onto him right now. He is in the championship. So, of course, we can go down the list. We got Greg Lovell, Mark Paglia, Dan Lovell, Ken Roberts, Frank Divins, Doug Hillick, Mr. Brandstetter himself, Mr. Jeff Elliott, Mangialarney, Farrell, McDonald, and Breedlove. Those are your top 12, and they have been color-coded appropriately. If they're on the track, there's Paglia there, there's Divins there, there's Hulick there. Ken Roberts with a gigantic bump. We're just watching practice right now. This is happy hour before the race actually starts. Big push there. We're about a minute and a half away from headed to the parade lap. And of course, we will hear from the Balser girls. They will do our Grand Marshal duties for this evening here in a little bit.
And I have to say, you start
know
looking
you're
at the
going.
top 12. You have to look at the top 12,
Yep.
and I'm sitting there going, and you just focused on Graham McDonald. Now, Graham McDonald is a heck of a
Going off 1 minute 30 seconds there. 1 minute 30 seconds.
Roger
great
that.
racer, and he's I would say kind of one of the underdogs here. He's raced hard to get in here. He's had a little bit of bad luck. Wouldn't it be cool to see someone like Graham McDonald go out and win the whole thing?
It is. It's possible now because it is just a matter of staying above that cut. As long as you can finish in the top half of this. I mean, he has to be. We're only taking 8 out of this pack of purple that you see on your screen right now. Only 8 of those purple drivers can make it through this race and be in the run-in in the second race, and then we whittle that down to 4. So it'd be a lot of fun to watch this now. It's pretty serious, but like you said before, Rod was mentioning in the pre-race there a little while ago about how this actually operates, where we're going to have the incident passes The championship drivers that are locked in have 2 chances, but they cannot earn them back now that we are in the playoff knockout round. Everybody else only gets 1. So it does lead to safe driving. We've definitely seen some fantastic races here because it's always in the back of your mind.
Yep. And then, it's like I said, I just love the fact that, everybody's had a chance. All 12 drivers have got a chance to it. And, like we said before, Greg Lovell, he's been the man to beat pretty much all year, outpointing everybody. Only got 1 incident point the whole year, and literally only won 1 race the whole year, but he just outpoints everybody. He could be gone tonight out of the championship just by having bad luck and being out of the top, the 8 finishers of the 12. He's got, 8 of the best finishers are going to transfer to the next round.
Yeah, this is cool. Like you said, too, here we are, ready to go racing. So we will hear from Team Balser. Why is there people driving around? Oh, there we go. I wasn't in live mode. How unprofessional of me. Take it away, Balser family.
Welcome to Talladega Nights SuperSpeedway, one of the fastest tracks around. Presented by Talladega Nights Racing League and brought to you by Tarnation TV. Drivers, start your engines!
Very cool to see the Boudreaux butt paste jokes. There's the side angle of the 0-0 Buckshot Kelly Cossey. Successful event last evening. If you were watching Tarnation TV yesterday night, you know that, the ALS Association worked with Kelly and of course we broadcasted the Elmo 200 2024. Great success. One of the biggest. It was the biggest broadcast we've ever done here on Tarnation TV. So super cool that Kelly tapped us to do that for him. And I think we pulled it off pretty good, close to perfect. And I was very happy with how it all turned out. It's always a very stressful situation, but I think we made it work.
We had a lot of good help with Seth. Seth was, professional, and he really helped us out a lot with that. He knew a lot of the drivers that I didn't even know, because he races with I think it was BS.
He races with everybody, and he does a lot of
he races
broadcasting.
A lot of them.
Yeah, he does a lot of broadcasting for Rolling Thunder.
And, it was a cool race to watch, and a cool race to broadcast. Like I said, I learned a lot. Whoop, they waved off the caution.
Yeah.
That was something a little different there. I don't know what happened, but...
Interesting.
56,
you got me?
Yeah, boy.
Why are we, what happened to the parade lap there?
Yeah, they went yellow because Divins didn't get going, and it bumped a few guys together, and it caused the yellow.
Okay, perfect. Thank you.
Yeah, boy.
Slight calamity. Nothing major. We don't run
We kind of want
damage.
to do a buck pace parade lap anyways.
Right.
Yes. I do like to say one thing, though. I do like the fact that they painted the rear tails, the rear wings of the cars that are in the chase green. That's going to make it a whole lot easier for us. We're not kind of having to look over at our notes going, okay, is he in or is he not in?
You can see these trucks here. We've got the green skirts across the front air dam, and we've got the neon green spoilers across the back. So thank you very much for, I think Rodney or whoever, they provide the template to add these to the existing paint jobs. A lot easier on the broadcast when we get to do it this way, because you can see him from a mile away. It's currently focused on Robert Breedlove, which last night was a favorite of Nikki Darrow. She said she had her money on the 931. Unfortunately, Breedlove did not win that race, but that was cool that she didn't back out of that question. She's like, no, I'm taking a 931. Everybody looks cool, but the 931 is the one she went with, which is kind of neat, because sometimes people will take the very neutral stand and be like, I hope everybody has a good time. No. Pick one. Go ahead. Pick one.
Yeah, I bid on Denny Carroll, won Denny Carroll's track car last night, hoping to, had to do well, and he did, he was a different track. Yes, it was Talladega, but still a different track. A lot of good drivers, and he didn't fare as well as he should have, but that's all right. I'm happy. I donated some money to a good cause.
Yeah, an interesting thing too. Here we are, green flag racing now. Robert Breedlove leading the field, of course, around lap 1. See who will lead lap 1 here in less than a minute.
It's going to depend on who gets the better run. Greg Lovell's right behind Ken Roberts on the high side there. If they can get together and get a good push going, they might be able to do it. It doesn't know. I see. Looks like Denny Carroll's pulling down on the backstretch, just kind of going to the back of the pack, kind of staying out of the way, I guess. We've talked about that. Smart drivers sometimes, stay in the back. Other drivers stay in the front.
Yep. Some reason I don't have Nate Balser's paint job, unfortunately, 079.
Oh, it's pretty cool looking rig. It is very neat. It's orange and white. It's a JBL paint scheme.
That's weird because I thought I had that one. Lap number 1 led by Robert Breedlove. And away we go.
But now that line on the high side, it takes almost a full lap for these guys to really get up to full speed. But they get into that second lap after a start or a restart. Now they're really going to get them things wound up, and you're going to see possibly the high side might, if they form together. We talk about that a lot. If they can get tight together, which they are right now going down the backstretch, they will come out ahead on the exit of the turn 3. Everybody says turn 4 here. There's only 3. The turn 4 is in the triangle.
3 into 4, kind of like right here sort of thing. Do you count the tri-oval as turn 4?
I count it as turn 4, yeah.
Oh, okay. See, because I call that as turn 4, I call this as the tri-oval.
But it's funny like that. It happens that way because most of the people, that's the way they think of it, because it's just common. They're not common knowledge. Is not the word I want to look for. Ken didn't get out there and get the lead. He was just about 2.038 behind, so they didn't get a good rough run. But no, I've always called it turn 3 because there's technically only 3 tracks. A lot of drivers.
I was going to say Ken did get the lead on that one. He did. He did lead the lap.
He did get. Okay, sorry, the TV GNTV thing there was a little bit behind. So yep, he did get it. I thought it was close. I couldn't quite tell if he did or not.
Oh, if you're running GNL, you could just push S on your keyboard too, and then hit your up arrow to the top. And as long as you're on race, it'll show you the live interval way quicker than GNL will. Right. GNL takes about 15 seconds to refresh.
So now we got a third line coming on the outside there with Mike Mangialardi. He's got a gut going. He's got Doug Heelick behind him there. I'm trying to catch the third truck. There's so many trucks around him. Looks like the 28 of Mark Haglia. Gosh, I'm having a good day. Not having a good day talking today.
See, that's funny. The last time by the line, my little telemetry up there on the top left, I have that pull down. The 931 is negative 0.00 seconds behind Ken Roberts. So they were tied going across the line, but it gave the lap to Ken. These guys are 3 wide pretty much all the way through the field. What's that look like? About 7 rows, 8 rows?
Now, we've talked about this before, Blaine. We don't want to start talking about them running 3 wide for too much because, the Tarnation TV curse, we start talking about it, then, the next thing you know, somebody gets bumped the wrong way and we've got a caution.
So here's a cool thing. This entire field of 29 trucks currently is 1.1 seconds apart.
Lay a blanket over them. They are just, all of them are right there.
Yep. From last place to first is only an interval of 1.1 seconds. That's because we're 3 wide right through the back of the field. A lot of bright green out there.
Yep. I hate to say it, because I'm not a fan of this style of racing, but these guys race this track at least twice a week. So they're consummate professionals at it. They do it so much. That's how they do this. I applaud them. Like I've talked about it many a times before. The first time I saw them get 3 wide, I was like, whoa, wait a minute, what are you guys doing? And they just were doing it lap after lap after lap, and I'm just like, wow, these guys are crazy good.
Crazy good's one word for it. I've been playing this thing for 20 years now, and you can come out here and do this. It doesn't matter how many times you've done it. You're on the wheel, and when you're done, you take a deep breath, and you have to stretch your arms and get up and walk around because it's tense. It is always tense.
Mentally draining like you cannot believe.
Because it's the thing. It's like, oh, it's just a video game. I'm like, we pour. That's the thing, though. But we pour so many hours into this. And you know, everybody you're with on the track has poured just the same amount or more or less or whatever, a lot of hours into this thing. So it turns out to be like you don't want to wreck somebody's race. You know, you want to make sure everybody gets a fair shot to the end, and you don't want to cause a wreck, and you have to concentrate because you don't want to do something wrong. Accidents do happen. It's racing, but it is like, oh, why are you so invested in this thing? Because it's a ton of fun, and it's stressful, man. It's a lot of work, especially at a super speedway like this. Do you want to try to do a crank it up? Did I lose you, bud? We seem to have lost Rod Weston. And Rod, he's probably...
I hit the wrong one.
Oh, I was going to say Rod was probably walking down to the corner store.
No, actually what it was, I was saying is Greg Palmer, he got sick of pushing Robert Breedlove, so he went to the high side. He got out there in front of that energy that was coming on the high line, took over the lead. Now he's dropping to the bottom. He's got Ken Roberts. I don't remember who he said that he was here to work with.
I was just watching that sequence there where it looked like the 8 on the bottom line of Greg Lovell seemed to lose some speed there, and then the whole lane shifted down. These guys will be probably lining up for the pit sequence now because they are starting to get onto that yellow line. I wonder if Greg backed off a little bit and let them. The window's going to be around 10 to 13. Yeah, you're going to start to see trucks come down to the pits. I think Greg may have let them kind of slide in there.
I was going to say, I think them guys are like, all right, you know, we got a few laps. Because, I mean, you get racing 2x2 and you're on the outside groove and you know I'm going to pit, and then sometimes you can't get down. You've got to start planning ahead a little bit. So, but like I said before, Greg Palmer said he races. I'm trying to remember who his teammates were. I apologize, but I couldn't remember that. Seth would know, but you know.
What were you looking for?
Greg Palmer said he was here to race and help his teammates.
Yes.
I don't remember.
Palmer.
I don't remember who it was. A couple weeks back here, he said something about who he raced with, and I can't remember who it was.
It would be like Paglia and Roberts and those guys, yeah.
That makes sense. Now he's out front.
Kelly.
With Ken Roberts behind him, which is we consider his teammate.
Yeah. Those are teammates at the front.
Ken would finish right there. If that's the way the race was coming to an end, he would stay right there and finish right there because he's going to be the first person in the points, and he's moving on to the next week.
I'm digging the color on that 22 up front there. It's a cool little kind of off yellow, creamy colored thing. Like we don't really see many vehicles painted that color. They're always, you know, it's good contrast. It almost looks like vintage. Like you'd find it in a vintage toy store.
I tell you, these guys, hats off to some of these painters. I mean, they do phenomenal jobs. I painted them myself, you know, and I've put, you know, oh gosh, I think I probably put close to 72 hours into one car, but it was a specific design. But yeah, I mean, I get painter's block. I get on there and I start,
sometimes.
What do I want to do? And I love it when the other guys say, hey, I'll paint your car or truck. I'm like, perfect, I'll take it.
Sometimes it'll take me like 2 to 3 or 4 hours maybe to paint one, but then like you said, you do have to kind of walk away from it.
Yeah. Oh, we got some guys pitting now.
Yeah, pit road
lap
cam
11.
there.
So remember we talked before about what they're doing. These guys are probably working together. They're pitting a little bit early, even though that they can go a little bit further, hoping that they'll get in, get out, and get a good line going. And possibly they're not going to be going together with a bunch of people they don't want to be pitting with.
It's good to go early like that. Yeah. Stay out of that main. That you know, if all 30 guys went, I mean, I've seen it happen. You'll have 20 guys go to the pits, but it's nice to kind of maybe get out of sequence a little bit. And if something does happen in a big block coming in now, you're nowhere even near it.
I was just kind of checking on the drivers that did pit, and I don't really see a lot of them as like a teammate kind of thing. But they all
Paglia into
pitted.
Roberts.
But they all pitted together with Graham McDonald, so they might be some guys that are just trying to help Graham out. Of course,
Under
leaders
green.
are just going to go by him.
Yeah, under green, Paglia and Roberts got tangled up on pit road there.
Oh.
So that's going to cost a lot of track position because we are green flag racing still. Here comes the rest of these guys are probably going to pit right now, led by Hagley. Did get credit to lead that last lap, 82, the number 82 truck. And here we go back to pit road cam to watch the rest of these guys. Oh, somebody got spun.
Ooh,
That
yes,
might
somebody
be a yellow.
right out in the middle of the track.
Pits are closed right there, so we might actually have a few guys that will not stop.
Looks Mike Mangialardi. I don't know what happened to him. I'm going to check on that real quick, but I was coming through the cars just trying to see see who was going to pit.
Seeing if any of these guys might drive straight through. The pits were closed, but they also need to go because they may not make it back around. They might have to take the penalty and get service.
It looks like Mike Mangialardi started the break. Randy Wall was right behind them. They just touched, and it spun Mike Mangialardi around.
All right,
Mike
Mike
lap 13,
Mangialardi.
that's going to be close.
Let's see here. I'll do that. I'll get on Mangialardi, and we'll find you guys a replay. It looks like he actually got a tow. Oh, I see. I see what he's doing. I see what you're doing, Mike. So Mangialardi, they're lining up, I think, to come to the pits. And he got turned a little bit by Waugh. He's back out in the track. The yellow comes out right there. And the reason, I think, see, and you're like, okay, where's the truck will disappear right here. Because he's past pit entrance. I think it disappeared. I thought I saw it disappear. We're just focused on Mike here in the replay. This is what happened. He may have noticed right here that he might not be able to make it all the way around the track to get fuel. So he parks and gets a tow. Yep. Aha.
Smart thinking. I mean, he may go a lap down, but it's better than running out of fuel and be going even further down because you have to wait for the tow to come in from, or
farther
getting stuck
away.
on a backstretch, or
Because you're taking the chance of maybe you're wasting time, pretty much seeing if you can make it around. Maybe you don't make it all the way around. You just wasted a minute, and now it's going to take you like another minute or 2 or 3, depending where you are on the track, how far away that tow truck is to pull you back to the pits. So good call there to just instantly park that thing and tow it and get full service.
So Ken Roberts ended up almost going a lap down. He's the last car on the lead lap. He is ahead of the leader, which currently right now is Greg Lovell. So he should be our wave around truck. I don't know if we had any lap down cars yet.
Nope. Black flag for Garland Oaks in the 67. Looks like he's on pit road right now. He's getting service though. Oh no, would that be that would be a huge mistake. To serve your penalty, you can't get service on a stop and go. If you forgot to shut your tires and gas off and then you park that thing and they jack it up, that's not going to count. A stop and go penalty, you're not allowed to get service.
Don't want to get service, especially on a green.
Yeah, we will watch the stats ticker behind the scenes here to see what happens to that black flag. It is gone. It has been cleared. Greg Lovell currently in the lead. So the front of this pack changed up a little bit. Ken Roberts is in 29th position, so he is going to be a lap down. He can't take
he's on the lead lap, but he's the last car on the lead, last truck on the lead lap, just in front of Greg Lovell. So he's going to get the wave around, which will put him back on the lead lap.
No, if he went into the pits, he can't take the wave around. You get to choose. It's
That's
one or the
right,
other.
too.
If he pitted, he can't go around. Do you want the wave around or are you going to pit? and he would have to have pitted because we were getting close to the window. There's no way he's still out here running on his initial tank of fuel.
You're right. That's true. I didn't think of that. So, unfortunately, but he's got a fast truck. Usually runs up near the front. So hopefully he can possibly stay out front. Maybe pull whoever's leading behind him, stay in front of those, and then should we have another caution, he can get his lap back.
Yeah, lights are still on the pace truck. Seems to be like there's an extra lap going on here. A lot has been happening, though, so maybe that's something to do with it. We should say congratulations to Tyler Mallon for winning last night's event. Right there you see on screen, we have the photo finish. And yes, anybody who watched it last night, they did end under caution. This is not the checkered flag. That is not a screenshot of the checkered flag. That is a screenshot of the actual full speed race to the yellow and the white. So this actually was the proper interval. The export will tell you like 0.02 seconds, where I actually went back to the lap where they were at speed, and it's actually 0.084 second gap between first and second place. Tyler Mallon in the 68, driving for Brian Voiles, who got called away at the last minute, couldn't make the race. Tyler came in here, and he pulled it off.
Yeah, with a little help from Joanna Anderson that they like they said last night, they were planning on trying to do something on the backstretch. Even though they were working with Alex Moe, but they, as soon as you get down to the closing laps, all bets are off. The caution came out just prior to the tri-oval, and they saw an opportunity. They both dropped down to the bottom, and he was able to beat them to the line.
Yeah, and Tyler would have saved that move, or a move of some kind, for another lap or two to actually get to the finish of that thing. I think it was one more lap to go. Like it was yellow and white at the same time, right? Is that what it was? I think
Pretty
that's
close.
what it was.
That's what it was. They were going to go white. It was white
yeah.
when they come to it.
Exactly. Yeah. So it was the yellow and the white, and then he came around, of course, and won the race. And yeah, that's the interval. So the actual interval was a 0.084 second gap that he pulled off. And Voiles Trucking got a podium, two cars on the podium. Phenomenal show there, especially with a backup driver at the last minute for Tyler Mallon to come in there and pull that off and just drive a car that has Brian Voiles written right across the top of that window. Because, we do have Ken Roberts going around now. The boost to the 56, you got me?
Roger, 10-4 there, Booth. I can barely hear you, but go right ahead.
Okay, we got a quick question for you. Do you mind answering such questions?
Go right ahead there, young man.
Curious why Roberts was getting a wave around. Did he not pit?
I don't really know. He was down a lap, wasn't he?
No, he was going to be down a lap. He was actually caught in a wave around position, but we didn't think he would get the wave around because he actually would have to have pitted on that yellow, right? Unless he didn't, but I'm pretty sure he did, because we have had 2 yellow flags.
That's a good question. I don't know.
Actually, I can see how many times Ken has pit. He had pit once. Oh, you know what? Maybe we're wrong. That pit may have been the first yellow flag, and then maybe he did not pit, so he could get that wave around. Yeah, we're probably totally wrong, man. Don't mind us.
I didn't want to rough up the feathers with the head honcho, Mr. Roberts, but I would have gladly have done that with some butt paste. More needed.
Ooh.
But anyways, yeah, I'm sure he's doing what he's supposed to do.
I think you're right. Yeah, I just realized this is caution number 2, so he probably had enough gas. Anyway, we're going green, bud. Thanks for the chat.
10-4.
Yeah,
I was going to say either that or maybe he was one of the earlier pitters too, so he might have pitted
right
and got out before the caution came out, so that would have put him in that position.
Yeah, information that the viewers can't see. That Rod and I run GNL TV, which is a stat collecting program behind the scenes of this thing. It pulls the information out of the game. It gives us more info that you guys can't see. Like we've been in session right now for 24 minutes. We've had 2 yellow flags for a total of 4 laps. So 3 yellow. Sorry,
what happened there?
We just had another one. 3 yellow flags. But yeah, at that time it was 2. So yeah, I believe that we were wrong about Ken being in that wave around and also having pitted. So he would have been fine, because it said he only did pit once. We have black flags for a whole bunch of people, but I would just ignore that because that's a restart thing. We will go and load up a replay.
They went ready to go green. And as they did, I was on Ken Roberts' truck, and he got spun, but something happened on the outside line.
Yeah, something happens right in here somewhere. Kelly Causey. Oh, who's that? Oh, that's the 388. Something happened to the 388. We might have to go helicopter camera to see what happens here, because we love to point fingers here at Tarnation TV.
Like when the green came out, Breedlove went, and Dan Lovell hadn't yet.
Yeah.
Caused a little bit of contact, and Huntsberry ended up on his lid.
He did. Ken rolled over. Oh no. Ken is upside downy, and they all drove away from him. How dare they? Yeah, that's too bad. It was just a little bit of got plugged up on that high line there. And that accordion effect, even at low speed, I mean, low speeds here are what, 90 miles an hour? It's still pretty fast.
Yeah, I think, I don't even know what Pace Road speed is. Looking at them right now, they're doing 70 miles an hour going down the backstretch on
56 is a boot.
Oh, you mean, yeah, sorry, yeah, pace, you said pace speed. Yeah, 70 for pace speed, 55 for pit road speed, correct. 7.6 live on the air.
Yeah, it looks like the 388 went to desktop. A little engine failure. Lost a couple of cylinders.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Yeah, game minimized itself. That's cool. That's too bad, man.
Yeah, computer lost a couple of cylinders. There you go.
That's it. Yeah, still mechanical failure. Still counts.
Yeah, it's an incident on the 388 there. But we'll get this bad boy going here soon.
Roger that. Thanks, bud.
So now we know what the problem was. Like I said, I the way I saw it, Dan just didn't go, and so now we know why. His computer let him down there for a minute, and of course, once the green come out, it happened right at the start. Ken Huntsberry was right behind him. Breedlove was right behind him. The green went, they went. Of course, his truck didn't go because he didn't have no control of it.
Yeah, that's too bad. Take another look at the butt paste cars. Sorry. Butt paste trucks.
There's one for you.
Yeah, the 22 and the 00. The race off pit road is 3 wide racing off pit road here. That poor NASCAR flagman just totally got run over.
As you were saying, the paint schemes on it there, Kelly Buckshot Kaza's truck is cool looking too.
Yeah, they're very, very, very cool. I like the retro look. Very simple, hard lines, and massive contrasting primary colors. It always wins.
So our broadcasting helper out there, Jeffrey Elliott, is out of all this chaos and pitting and all that stuff, ended on the outside row in position number 2.
Nice.
Unfortunately, he's not in the chase, but he's just out there, like I said before, enjoys racing, out there having a good time. Possibly, I don't know, he's affiliated with too many of the teammates, but he might be out there. He might help out Ken Roberts, the new boss,
Yeah. Yeah, Jeff is pretty involved in this league, to say the least, and he is shutting it down after this is done, and we'll probably just focus on more driving. I mean, I'm looking forward to getting back on the track too. The broadcasting thing is a lot of fun, and I definitely want to keep doing it, but I'm going to try to get out on the track probably in the middle of the week, because the weekends are usually pretty busy, but I got to put the wheel on the front of the desk.
So I'm watching it, but I think we're going to have one more lap before we go green. I was going to do a rundown to see where they would be and finished right now. Doug Hillick would be the first truck that is in, followed by Graham McDonald, and then Robert Breedlove. I think that Bobby Farrell's still in it. I'm going through the field here. Bear with me. Mike Mangialardi.
Yep. I see Branstetter there as well.
Branstetter.
We are looking for the first 8 trucks, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 7 would be
Ken level, I think.
Ken.
Okay.
And then 8, it'll be Dan level. So you can see Greg level behind Dan. Actually, this is going to get cycled around here a little bit, actually. Is anybody a lap down?
Not even to the halfway point yet, so things are going to change pretty quick.
Yeah. There is Kent Hunsbury back on his wheels. That's how the truck is supposed to look. The color of the muffler is something we don't need to know. You ever tried this new Coca-Cola Spiced?
I haven't tried it yet. A friend of mine tried it. Said he didn't care for it, but
Actually not bad.
yeah, I'll have to get me one.
Well, I can drink half of this and then just give you the other half
Yeah.
if you want. It's a funny thing with Coke. I don't like Coke is fine. I don't really do the pop so much.
Yeah.
But Coke is pretty harsh. But I will drink it over Pepsi. But the spiced thing kind of takes a little bit of the harshness out, and it's not it doesn't obliterate the drink. Like vanilla Coke is disgusting. It just tastes like somebody melted down a vanilla candle and put it in a cup of Coke. It's disgusting. It's like way too much.
I'll agree with you on that.
Yeah.
I'm a Coke guy myself. That's why my cars are always sponsored by Mellow Yellow.
Nice.
Big fan of Mellow Yellow. Drank it for years. Love it.
We should focus on the leader here. Doug Hulick taking advantage of the lead laps. He is peeling off to the pit road right now.
Remember, there's no points for leading a lap unless you're outside the chase. Them guys are still going for points racing. That's why they're still here.
Right.
They're trying to see who's going to finish 13th. So they're here racing. They're still getting points for leading a lap. They're still getting their typical normal points. Your championship drivers, what's going to happen is the 4 of them that are not going to make it tonight, they'll take off their green spoilers, put their stocker back on, and then those 4 drivers will fight to see who finishes ninth. It can get a little bit busy there. But the rest of the drivers, as long as you're still in the chase and ready to go, it's just who beats who. Although I like here we go. Javier Negron's truck. I do like Sundrop. It's pretty good. Don't sell it up here. You have to get that, other places, but it's not.
Oh, really?
It's not a northern drink.
Oh, cool.
South kind of thing.
Right. There's so much different pockets of stuff. Like in Canada, we have like ketchup chips. I don't know if you guys have that. I've heard you guys don't have ketchup chips.
Never heard of it, but possibly we do.
Phenomenal. They don't taste like ketchup at all. They're just dusted in some red stuff, and they're great. And it's like, man, what's that? That sounds gross. I mean, they're really good. And we have milk in 1 liter bags that you need to buy a plastic container to put the bag in and then cut the tip off the bag. Stupid, right? Just have a carton.
Okay.
Canada does some weird shit.
We have it in plastic jugs or the cardboard style.
Makes sense. Because then you've got to get a container for the thing. Like I got a bag. Like, why is it in a bag? It's a clear plastic bag, and you buy a bag, and there's 3 of those in there, and you have to take the little bags out and put them in a milk container, and then cut the tips off. It's weird.
That's why they sell wine in boxes in the United States, so that
we
way
have that too.
there's something to throw up into.
Yeah, exactly. Like a big juice box. Just stick a straw on the side of it.
All right, we're getting ready to green. Yeah. Keep buying him on the front row. Outside is very, very. I'm gonna do this again.
That's Bobby Farrell.
Bobby Farrell, and he is one of the guys that are in the points chase. So, right now, currently, he's the lead guy.
Yep, Bama Buggies 77. Onto the backstretch. Yeah. This is a fantastic truck mod to the 2015 Camping World Series. And tonight, like we said, we are running no damage here. A 47-lap race this evening.
No damage, but big penalty points if you make mistakes. So
yes. Yeah,
and
you
it seems to be
can't.
working. Like we've
Yeah.
talked about it before. I can't believe Jeff said, "Hey, we're going to do no damage." And anytime that I've ever been in some of those leagues like that, where there's no penalties, it's crazy. People do stuff that you normally wouldn't do because there's no consequence. But where you have penalty points, it equals it right out really good, and it's so good for the drivers because if something happens, especially in a super speedways like this, and you get tangled up in it and you have realistic damage, you're done. Now they can go in, change the tires, maybe their shorts, and go back out, and they still have a competitive truck.
That's the thing, because it is, like we were saying, about all the amount of time you put into something like this and practicing for these races and showing up and putting a few hours aside, to come and play. You want to go racing, and then you want to be there for the whole thing. So it's a cool little gimmick. And like you said, by removing the damage, you don't want to open up a hornet's nest, but you have to have that other layer, and it's a good call.
Greg Palmer pulled out in front there in his lead. I don't think he quite led that. Bobby Farrell got him that time. The outside had a little bit better run. Rodney Sullivan really pushing Bobby and getting him, pushed him past Greg Palmer, but Greg Palmer got a good push from Keith Bynum on the bottom, so they moved back out front, and they've got a third line starting. My old buddy Garland Oaks out there, he loves that third line. I get behind him all the time when I'm racing with him, and they got the momentum up there. They're cranking it.
Yep, they are cranking it. We saw them bumping him forward on that back straightaway, that spectator cam, sponsored by Kelly Kaza. He loves that angle. You can really see the lines moving on that zoom.
So now here's a good one for you. Look at that outside line. You got Dr. Pepper, you got Mountain Dew, Sundrop, and Pepsi.
Yes, you
all
do.
The outside line.
Yep. We just need a Coors Light and Frito-Lay corn chips.
We do have a Tostito truck here. Where did Ken go? Oh, he would drop back a little bit. Habanero Tostitos. He's back there. So he's behind the soda trucks.
Makes perfect sense. The bump drafting here. Great angle to see some bump drafting. They won't be doing too much of that into the corners, because that's when things will definitely get to stack up. Currently focused there on the 043 Brian Lovell. Following Denny Carroll, Keith Bynum, and Mr. Palma in first place position.
Palmer does pretty good at these tracks, and like to say, he's one of the sponsors tonight, sharing it with Kelly Kaza, and he wants to get out there, and he wants to win this thing.
Greg Palmer has led 10 laps this evening, currently leading the most laps tonight.
Yeah, and he's not too far away from Keith Bynum's the truck right now that's in 13th place in points. So then it's Eric Lovell, Javier Negron, and then it gets down to Greg Palmer. So those guys are pretty close in points. I mean, so I can see where Greg wants to get out there, try to lead laps. Like I said, 5 points for leading a lap, 5 points for leading the most laps.
Yep.
He's got nothing to lose, He's out there trying to win it. Plus, help out his friends, teammates out there, Ooh, that was close. Bobby Farrell got a little bump from
loose,
Rodney Sullins right in the middle of the trial a little bit, upset his truck a little bit. Great save. They kept going, didn't lose any time.
Reading the YouTube chat here, everybody's saying, please get your butt paste. It's on sale. Yeah. Perry Bond, shout out to our wounded warrior, Larry D. Get well soon. And then Larry responds, thanks, I'm watching. So, hey, Larry, hope, get well soon. Thanks for watching, wherever you are watching from. And, of course, Jason Scheck had, he's going to be right back. He's got to go grab more butt paste.
Hopefully he's home. He lives just outside of Boston. He's not too far away from me. He's a good buddy. I've been talking about doing a little road trip sometime, going down and doing some fishing with him. He loves deep sea fishing, and I've never actually done it. So we talked about possibly getting together and doing it sometime.
Yeah, his exact comment in YouTube was, be right back, gotta paste my butt. Yeah, deep sea fishing's wild. My uncle went there. He had pictures of them snagging like a marlin. Ooh, I'm like, what is happening right now? That's insane. They get a picture, toss it back. I was thinking, what?
Can you imagine though, an hour or so or better fighting that? It's just unreal.
Yeah, you'd have to tucker that thing out something awful, man. You got to be in shape to win that fight. That is an actual fight. You know, like it would be wild to be able to pull one of them up. And they did it. I think like a couple of them actually worked on it, but to get that thing out of the water and get a picture was super cool.
Carroll's made his way up into the second place behind Keith Bynum. Right now, they've got the bottom row going pretty good. I think the outside's kind of working on trying to get that momentum back up. They're kind of running 3 wide. The top side has got pretty good momentum, but I don't know if they'll have enough to catch them.
I was just going to say the lines were kind of offset right there. It was kind of free for all. Like who's going to go high? Are they going to go low? They get back in the middle. There was kind of some gaps in those lines. And now it seems to be sorted out a little bit. We got Kelly on the high side. We'll focus on him. We'll see most of the field. We'll focus on these guys in the middle.
Bottom line, they're running a really good straight line, staying tight. But although Keith Bynum, he's watching that high side. Brandstetter was coming in on the high side, so he was kind of looking up there because you want to, if you're out front, you want to go where the momentum is. So if the momentum's coming from the high side, you're going to see that lead truck move up, get in front of that momentum to try to stay ahead. If they're going to be coming hard, you go out with them, it's going to keep you out front.
Yeah, it's getting tight up there. Those 3, well, there's space to move around. It's so cool to watch how these guys do this. Look at how close all those guys are. It is crazy. Side to side, front to back, no room to breathe. We all know what that feels like. It's tough to keep those things in line.
I'm so much more happier being up here watching and broadcasting than trying to do that.
Big lane change by Craig Hagley from the middle of that hornet's nest to the bottom line. They are coming into a pit window here. So he saw that gap and he took it quick. Because if you want to pit and you're up on that third row, it's hard to get down there. I've run out of gas just because I can't find a way to the bottom. And I start looking sometimes like you're if you run, and today we're running 3X. So our pit window's around 12. You know, you start looking when you're 5 to go kind of thing, knowing you got to get down there. You got to try to find a way down there, and sometimes you just can't do it.
Absolutely. I mean, like we talked about it before. When it gets close to that window, you want to try to get close to the bottom. Currently, right now, we only have one truck that's lapsed down, and that's the 66 of Ken Hunksbury there that flipped over and landed on his roof and probably lost a little time getting the truck rewrited and squared away. But he's still right there. Everybody's still blanket, put it over the top of him all together. Yep. There's nobody away from it. Mike Mangialardi was running in the back a little bit. He's starting to move up a little bit there, but they're all right there together.
Yeah, and Huntsbury right there, a focus on him. He is 2 laps down. He's made 4 pit stops. He's 2 laps off the pace, but there is no damage, so he's able to just stay with the pack, hanging out at the back of this thing.
He's just kind of hoping for a caution, then hoping that he's not into it. Because if a caution comes, let's say hypothetically, Jeffrey Elliott's taking the lead over there in the backstretch. Let's see if he can keep it when he gets to the line. But let's say, just hypothetically, Breedlove is right behind him, gets into the back of Jeff, and they go sideways in front of the whole field. You don't want to be involved in it, and it could happen. I mean, it could take everybody out. Fortunately, no damage, but still, you don't want to see it.
No, it's cool to see Bob and Tom Dixon out here right now. Focus on them near the back because these guys tend to pit a couple laps earlier than everybody else will. So we'll know when the pit window opens because these guys have always dodged down there probably about 2 laps earlier than everybody else to stay out of the brouhaha.
Like you said, you don't want to pit with everybody. We got I figured it out here a minute ago, 28 trucks out there. And you imagine all 28 saying, "Hey, screw it, let's all pit at the same time."
Yeah.
Ooh, it's guaranteed to be a caution, and somebody's going to get spun.
Well, and Bob Dixon too. Oh, here they come.
There you go. There he goes. There goes a bunch of them. Oh, and just like we said, Greg Palmer is around.
There won't be a yellow.
Around. Dan Lovell's around. Brandstetter. Oh, let me see here.
Bobby Farrell was that.
A lot
Danny
of them.
Lovell?
A lot of them had issues on that.
Yeah, Bob Dixon, responsible for us being able to talk to each other at these races because he actually owns the TeamSpeak servers. So Voices brought to you in part by Mr. Bob Dixon in the 43. Making his pit stop there. Probably going to get full service. Maybe not. Maybe only 2.
They'll get 2. On a green flag, you'd always get 2. You don't want to risk the chance of messing it up. 10 trucks did stay out. Now they're pitting this time by. Did not get a caution. So everybody that had stayed out that lap pitted, and they pitted safely. A good pit stop by everybody. No accidents, no incidents.
Oh, missed that one. We're getting everybody exiting, and there's another group coming in.
So now you're going to see these guys didn't make any mistakes going in. Now, hopefully, nobody makes a mistake on pit road by speeding. If they come out together, which is what they're hoping to do, they get out together, build the momentum up, get lined up as quick as they can, get that speed built up, and then we'll see how many drivers that had issues. They'll be further back when we get done with this pitting cycle.
Yep, as long as they don't speed coming out. Once they hit that cone, they are allowed to drop the hammer, as they say. And here comes the lead pack.
They got to stay below that yellow line until they get to where the line breaks. Then they can pull up onto the track.
Yep.
I've always been a big fan of them having it so that they actually have to exit on the backstretch.
Depending on where the pack is coming from, that's totally what you should be doing. Yeah, you see that the pack's coming and if they're in single file, you can get up there early, but you can kind of see by using the review mirror, you can get up there early enough. And that was perfect by everybody involved here. We're gonna stitch everybody right back together again. Oh, Frank Divins sliding up the track there, making no room for Randy Waugh. Just pushed it right out of the lane. Waugh forced to yield that lane to Frank. Frank using the green. Oh, Frank using the green wing. His strong arm Randy out of the way. And so is Nate. What did Randy do? I don't know what Randy did. He's getting pushed around out there.
So now
should we ask Corey to go in the other room and be like, yeah.
So the truck that had the greatest pit stop out of everybody.
Okay.
That was here I go again. I'm having one of them nights. I tell you right now, Jeffrey Elliott, and unfortunately he got in and out the best of everybody, and they just went rolling right by him, and he's going back to about 12.
Gotcha, because he scored in first, but you're saying he was by himself, and the pack won on that one.
If you get too far out, so that all these trucks have lined up, they've got the momentum coming, and he was I didn't see what he had for time, but he was way out. He was almost a half a straightaway ahead of everybody. So whatever he did on the pit stop was great. He had an awesome pit stop. But there again, when that pack gets that momentum they come up to catch up to him. There's nothing that he can do. He literally just pulled to the high side and said go, because they didn't want to get. They're going to come at him so fast. If they hit him, it's just going to be a big melee.
Right now, he's still holding about 197 coming down that back straightaway, but that pack looks like they're pulling away. But he does have another pack coming, led by Javier Negron with Bobby Farrell and Ken Roberts. They will pick Jeff up. And that'll be good for these guys. It'll take them a little while. Jeff's still hanging on to the end of that tail end of that lap. And there's another pack back here in the 19th position. This is Stephen Brandstetter, and he's got a full line behind him as well. And keep in mind, the only truck a lap down is Ken Huntsberry. There's two of them.
Now we have Greg Palmer a lap down. Because of that episode. Because of the episode on pit road where they got a little contact and they got spun, no caution came out. But remember, we talked about how some of the drivers are going to lose some time. So Greg Palmer lost a lot of time down there getting the truck squared away, getting into his pit, getting out. And currently he is one lap down in 28th position.
And Craig Hagley exiting the pits after serving a black flag all by his lonesome.
That's going to hurt too.
Yeah, Robert Breedlove in first place position right there. We'll put the little interval up there to see the gap. You can see the gap from the leader to 13th, and then the leader to 15th is about 8 seconds. And then from the leader to that big pack in 18th, looks like it's about 10 seconds out. You see on that little screen on the left there. I'll leave that right there because that sort of shows the two individual packs. We got the main pack down to 12th position, which we're watching right now. We got an accident, so this is all irrelevant.
See, and Larry responded to us in chat there saying that we were all special to him. Like, we do miss him. I mean, Larry is a wicked good super speedway racer. May not win all the races like some of the guys there that really do good, but he's always right there in contention.
Yellow flag on the course. That was a race back situation.
I've been having so much fun watching this. I'm not even looking at the laps are counting down. I didn't realize we got down that many. This race is literally flying by. I mean, that's one of the things about this Sunday night iPiss Excellence Series, or tonight iPiss
Butt Pace.
They some of these races just go like this, and they go by so quick. We're like, oh, wait a minute, the race is almost done.
Yeah, thank you for everybody watching the iPiss Butt Paste out of my butt race number 9. And here's another
Jeff
look
Elliott.
at
I wonder how it tastes.
Yeah, somebody said that in the driver's thing. They said you can use it as a spread. Try it on your grilled cheese. Oh man! So here's a question: pitting. We've been out on the track for a few laps. Is anybody coming to top up the gas?
Well, when did we last pit? I was so busy watching the guys and stuff, I didn't keep track of when they pitted.
Yeah,
and they make it. That's the thing.
I don't know. It's close because it is like a 12-lap thing. So we're going to wonder, maybe they'll go a couple laps before they come down, maybe at the end of pacing. Or are we going to have any tickets right now?
Probably only going to have 4 or 5 laps. I mean, if you can make it, you want to stay out front. Without a doubt, if you can make it, you want to stay out front.
There's Keith Bynum. He's being shown in 16th position. So couple of mid-pack guys. Jeff Elliott's down there as well. Let's go focus on Jelliot for a second. In the cockpit. So that looks like a gas stop. That looks like a very long gas stop.
If you got nothing to lose, take 4. You know what I mean? The truck will handle a little better.
I wonder what's going on here. This is a very long gas stop. The other guys up front, they actually got tires. That's Farrell and Bynum. Jeff is sitting on pit road. Interesting. I don't know what's taking so long.
Not sure. Looking at our championship drivers right now, Breedlove, Greg Lovell, Graham McDonald, Pagliana, Roberts. Missing that truck there, but I know the last one was Mike Mangialardi. So there's a few of the drivers. There's quite a few of the green wing trucks near the front. But there again, we're talking Talladega. We're gonna have 4 laps, maybe 5 laps. Business is about to pick up.
Yeah. So we'll land the drone cam right on the back lid.
Cooling Jeff down.
Jelliot. I'm thinking maybe Jeff actually just had to go piss excellence. Maybe that's what he had to do.
Hey, that's a possibility.
There's enough time under yellow on a huge monstrosity of a track like Talladega with 2.66 miles. He may have pitted and either ran to get the butt paste, or maybe he ran and pissed it. Maybe, I pissed excellence. Maybe that's what he did. Getting ready to win this thing.
I've raced in another league where there is a driver that literally
has to happen.
That has to happen. He's leading the race sometimes, goes down pit road, and he's gone. He comes back out, doesn't go a lap down. Comes out and they go, "What happened to you?" "Oh, sorry, I had to go pee."
Hey, you know what? A big track like this, you can do it.
Yeah, you're not gonna do it at Martinsville, but Greg Palmer is gonna be the lucky dog. That's good to get him back on the lead lap. He's been running up front most of the night until he got into that episode where they had a little tag playing tag on pit road during a green flag stop.
Scheduled for upcoming events here at Tarnation TV, Talladega Nights. Oh, there's 56. Go ahead, 56. Were you pissing excellence?
I was. How'd you know?
Oh my God, I knew it. I knew it.
I was pissing excellence, and I took a jar of this butt paste.
That's amazing. We couldn't figure out, like, this is an awfully long top up because you can't be empty on fuel. Then I'm like, something? This is the iPiss Excellence series. So it builds up. When you got to go, you got to
It
go.
builds up. I actually had to go look at the incident, put it on what's calling somebody there. So just
Oh, right. Admin duties. I forgot all about that. Admins may be required to pit and take a look at that and not lose any track position.
full. So I
Roger that.
do that.
I still think ours was fun.
But I got my work cut out in about a 3-lap shootout here. I got to get to the front, guys.
Good luck.
Yeah, you do, man. Yeah, in a couple of weeks, we got the Mega version 2 coming up, the Mega team race event. That's going to be a lot of fun.
You know, that's the best kind of racing I love. You can throw all this Point Series stuff out the window. I'll do all of those a week.
Looking forward to that one.
They're so much fun.
Yeah, I think it's going to be a lot of fun coming up on the 27th of April live at 8 p.m. right here on Tarnation TV, man. So, yeah, we'll be here doing it. It was going to be a riot.
Take it forward, bring out those brand new Pennzoil rides made by Ronnie Solins.
Nice. Yeah, we're looking forward to it, man.
Absolutely.
Thank you so much, guys.
Thanks, Jeff. I forgot about that. Yeah, administrators, they choose an administrator every race that would be required to pit and review a replay. And if nobody calls the incident, they have to go down the pits, watch the replay, and make the call on the track. So that's exactly what Jeff had to do. He just put it into replay mode, rewound the thing, looked at it, and like, okay, man, it was you. And you're like, okay, well. And we have nobody retired, so they didn't hit 2 incidents this evening.
So Greg Palmer and Ken Huntsberry is going to get their laps back. So Ken will be just 1 down now.
Cool. Good news for Ken.
You got a hats off to Jeffrey Elliott, though, for just, yeah, he knew what he was going to do, but they're still playing the butt pace jokes through this whole thing. I don't know if I've laughed this hard. And we're trying to do a broadcast. They're having so much fun with it.
Yeah, man. So next Saturday, we don't have to broadcast anything, but we are back here 1 week from today, Sunday, April 21st at 7 p.m. Ken Roberts and Chris Van Vliet have sponsored playoff stage number 2 here, race number 11. So thank you to Ken and Chris next week. And, of course, thank you to Greg and Kelly for the sponsorship today, pasting our butts with piss. And, of course, on the 27th of April, live at 8 p.m., we are right here again, Talladega Nights Racing League Sprint Racing Event. It's a team event, 8 teams, 5 drivers on each team. They're running
4 tracks, too.
Yep, 4 tracks at 4 tracks at 5% length. And we will run each of them twice, which leads to 8 races on the 4 tracks, of course. Homestead Night, California, 2005, Talladega Night SuperSpeedway, which is where we are right now, and Freedom Motorsports.
Oh, that ought to be an interesting track.
Yeah. So they're really, like, this track will always be in the mix at Omega. The other 3,
track.
Yeah, John Godfrey was nice enough to retexture this custom for Talladega Nights, but the other 3 tracks will always change. There'll be fictional ones in there. There'll be great, like, ones like Texas and Homestead, and throw a good little wrench into the system, and it's a lot of fun to broadcast at 4 different races in a night. Wow.
We had fun with the last time, 4.5 hours, but it was fun.
Oh, we did it.
5 minutes in between races didn't give us a whole lot of time to rest and relax, but we had a great time doing it. It was an awesome event. Of course, we got to the end of it. We had no idea who was. We've got a restart and a spin going into turn 1.
Yellow flag is out, so this is the race back to the line right now. We've got Breedlove leading this thing.
There is a ton of trucks involved in this. Jeffrey Elliott's in it. Dan Lovell's in it. Frank Divins is in it. I'm trying to pick out the championship drivers that were involved in this. Not sure what happened, but...
Yeah, it doesn't matter. We're racing to the finish right now. So we have 4. I can see on screen right now, we've got 4 of the championship guys. It's Greg Lovell, Robert Breedlove, Paglia, and Graham McDonald. And there's Ken Roberts. And there's Mike Biangialardi.
Brandstetter
went around.
Yeah, Brandstetter was involved in it. Doug Halick was involved in it. Bobby Farrow, Frank Divins.
No. Oh, no.
I didn't see what happened. I'm so busy trying to keep track of who, what, where, and how. But
Brandstetter's in 14th position. Brandstetter's in 15th position. Brandstetter did not make it to the line? He was leading the race. He made it to the line in 18th.
like I said, I am not sure what happened there, but boy, it was a big one.
No.
I'm going back and trying to take a look. See, okay, we see Frank Divins around. I'm not sure what happened there.
Okay, we may need to grab a different camera angle here because this is going to be. I'm going to pull pit lane 1 cam and see exactly. Unfortunately, it looks like Branstetter may not have made the cut.
But the next question is, are we going to get a 1-lap shootout, or are we going to be at the race?
Okay, so here we come out of the turn, and in the tri-oval, there's an accident there. Branstetter was leading the race. So we've got, who's that? Okay, so Greg Lovell, Mark Paglia, Ken Roberts, and Graham McDonald. Lovell, Paglia, Roberts, McDonald. Right. Who's that? That's Mangialardi.
The incident, what happened was Frank Divins was in the bottom line, moved up a little bit in front of Ken Roberts. There was a little bit of contact, and that sent Divins around, and then, of course, it was a melee after that.
The 6th truck across the line is the 510 of Branstetter. The 7th truck across the line is the 23 of Hewlick. Does Branstetter get it before Farrell gets to the line? I think he does. I believe that the 77 finishes behind the 931. This is the cut line right here, I'm pretty sure. This is the 8th spot. We got to get rid of that thing. There we go.
So we got to, somebody's got to wake up Corey. Randy Waugh is going to end up the winner of tonight's race.
Yep, so Branstetter will get the 8th spot just as Farrell was probably seeing that. Wow, that is kind of crazy, dude. What's the stats saying? 77 behind at 931? We got to go live again. 1 sec. 23rd.
Right now, you got Greg Lovell, who's in 2nd place, who is in. Matt Pagliara is in 3rd place. He's in. Ken Roberts is in 5th place. He's in. Awesome. Graham McDonald's in 6th place. He's in.
Yeah.
Mike Mangialardi, he's currently in 9th place, but he's in.
Branstetter. Right? Branstetter's the next one. And then Hewlick. Oh, maybe Robert didn't make it.
Branstetter's going to be the 6th truck in.
Yeah, where's Hewlick here?
Doug Hewlick is...
where's Farrell?
Doug Hewlick is currently in 15th, and I believe he's in. And Bobby Farrell is in 16th right behind him.
Yeah, I don't think Branstetter made it in. Because he's back here somehow in 23rd. Oh, my. Leading the race under yellow.
Frank Divins is out, yeah.
Who won? The 21. Wow. We were talking
Randy Waugh,
about Randy Waugh getting roughed up.
Randy Waugh won.
Yep. That is awesome. Randy Waugh gets the checkered flag. And we were talking about him getting roughed up before. And here he is holding the checkered flag.
What a race.
I don't know, man. I'm going to say those are definitely unofficial results because that brouhaha at the line, that, I don't know. I thought I had the countdown properly there. Well, congratulations to Randy Waugh for finding his way through that. We're going to definitely have to rewind that and find out.
You want to grab the top 4 tonight?
Yeah, just hold on. Give me a second here. I'm just going to watch Randy do a burnout. Yeah. We got to get that burnout in there. Roll Tide.
You got to watch out for that Randy Waugh guy. He'll sneak up to you every once in a while.
Yeah, he's around here.
He'll snag a win. He's won a few times here in the super speedway races.
Burning down the house.
Hopefully Corey got a chance to watch him. If not, he gets a chance to rewatch this race. His dad got it done tonight.
Oh, we're doing a reverse burnout. Oh, through the wall. Randy's having a lot of fun. That was a wild finish.
But when you don't win all that much, you know, I'm not saying he doesn't win that much. Go ahead, buddy.
I have Bob Dixon's back for you. Ready for you? We're going to knock those out real quick before we hit that podium.
Absolutely. You need me to bring him up?
Yes, go ahead and start with Bob and 4th place up. Careful.
Randy is just going for this thing. He does not like that rubber. He does not like Goodyear at all right now.
Burn it down. Why not?
Burning it down, man. Burning it down.
We're going to try our first thing we're going to do is Bob's factoids tonight.
Awesome. Bob, good to see you, man, on a Sunday. Awesome. We got the factoids today.
Yep, here it comes at you. Top 5 fastest laps of the night. An honorable mention was Kelly Causey, and 5th was Ken Roberts. Ken did a 47.987 second lap. That's 199.554 mile per hour, lap 24. In 4th was Graham McDonald. Graham did a 47.926 second lap. That's 199.808 mile per hour, lap 37. The top 4 drivers' fastest laps are all on lap 37. Number 3 position was Doug Hewlick. Doug did a 47.788 second lap. That's 200.385 mile per hour. Second was Brian Lavelle. Brian did a 47.780 second lap. That's 200.419 mile per hour. And the fastest lap of the night goes to Denny Carroll. Denny did a 47.745 second lap. That's 200.566 mile per hour.
Holy moly.
Hope I didn't leave anybody out. Most laps led tonight was a tie between Greg Palmer and Robert Breedlove with 12 each. Keith Bynum did 7. Randy Waugh, congrats on your win, did 3. Jeffrey Elliott, 3. Ken Roberts, 2. Doug Hewlick, 2. Greg Hagley, 2. Kelly Causey, 1. Greg Lavelle, 1. Denny Carroll, 1. And Bobby Farrell, 1. And the highest climber tonight was Brian Rassone. Brian started 22 and finished 4th. And that's your factoids of the night.
Fantastic, man. Yeah, that's fast race. That's crazy. Everybody in the 200 plus range. It's always cool to hear that.
Yep. Thanks for having us down. Appreciate you recording.
That's awesome, Bob. Yeah, man. Good to have you. That's always great to get the factoids straight from you, man. So yeah, thank you for doing that for us.
Thanks, Bob.
You're quite welcome.
Have a good night, Bob.
Yep, you too.
Rod Weston is in the booth with Brian Rawson. Because I'm busy.
Brian Rawson, how did 4th place finish? You're not in the chase, which kind of sucks, but 4th place finish. That's pretty good for you.
Yeah, a lot of it was luck too, man. I thought I was actually going to have a chance of the win there. Everybody's wrecking, but Randy got on the outside of me, and I got hit up in the wall. But congrats to him, and everybody puts all this stuff on, man. It's a lot of fun for sure. I wish I could do it on a more consistent basis to be up there, but hey, it is what it is, man.
We're getting used to seeing you up here, though. A few times you've been up in the top 3, top 4. So you run good here. You just got to find that time to be able to make every race.
Yeah, my kids have a say-so on that sometimes, so I got to pick them over this a lot of times. But hey, I appreciate the time I get to do it, though, and all the guys I race with.
Life happens, eh? They say.
Yeah.
So anybody you want to thank, for tonight and whatnot? The floor is all yours.
Yeah, I want to thank Jeff and Ken and every admin puts all this stuff on. I know it's a lot of work and a lot of time on their side. I want to thank Rodney Solons for always painting my stuff, man. He does an excellent job. He's the best in the business. And just thank everybody that comes out and races, man. I know sometimes you got good luck, sometimes you got bad luck, but take the good with the bad, man. God bless everybody.
Thank you, and hopefully we'll see you next week.
Yeah, man. Thanks a lot, Brian. You be able to make it out next week?
Man, that's the plan. But I say that every week, but I don't ever know till the day of, you know.
Well, it's good to have you, man. It's always good to see everybody out here. So that's a bonus if you can.
Appreciate it, brother.
Thanks, man. Have a good night.
Now we've got a headset and mic on Mark Pagliana. Go for it there, Blaine.
Mark Pagliana, the number 28 car. How many laps did you lead tonight? None.
None. Not bragging on that either.
No, but a podium finish, dude. Congratulations.
Well, I appreciate it. After the cluster I went through last night, I feel awful about what happened last night. But tonight, you know, I created one incident there in pit, but recovered pretty good and got tangled up with Graham at the tail end, but he still made it in. So I feel a little better about that.
Yeah, we're looking at I'm looking at the replay right now. I'm trying to see. I got Mangialardi's there too, the 029. You're in there. It looked strange after I looked at it live. I'm thinking these results are unofficial, pretty stiff because with the second yellow, I guess it's not really a second yellow. You guys are under yellow, racing for the finish under yellow, and then that second wreck happens in the tri-oval. Breedlove leading the race. It looked to me like he actually got over the line, but then looking at the rest of the race, he was he wasn't even close to where he was. Like, what did you see out there?
Yeah, I looked at the replay and just did, frame by frame, and I did get across the line just before Breedlove there.
Yeah, because I'm looking at the yellow flag incident, and I don't know. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong. Maybe I'm looking at the wrong part of the race.
I'm looking the race back after the main incident happened, and then as we were coming, racing for the finish there.
Yeah, because you definitely got in front of him because Breedlove spun out right down into the pit lane. But it looked to me on the replay that he's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. He's 7th. It looks to me like he got in, but then he finished the race way down in 22nd. So I don't know really what was going on because we can't hear the team speak chatter.
Yeah, I have no idea what happened to him.
I guess it doesn't really matter because it's like I said, these results are always unofficial, and that's the thing. These guys are going to have to peel through these replays, man. But I mean, finishing up there in third, I think you're definitely free and clear.
Yeah, I think it's all good to go for next week. Just have had a very good week of racing. Last Thursday was not a good day, and then last night I really feel bad creating that incident in lap 2 in that special event race, and today I got tangled up going in the pits, but I ended up doing pretty well at the end, and I appreciate everybody's patience with me. You go through that. You have a bad week or so, and it just can't seem like you can't do anything right.
Yeah, it's one of those things where you'll like I've had the same thing happen. Every time you grab the wheel, something just isn't right. You're like, why is the car? And it is strange. So you run the same setup every week, but sometimes it just feels different.
Yeah, and running the speeds they do and as tight as they do, sometimes just a little tap happens and it sucks. But what are you going to do? You just buck it up and come back the next week and try to do better.
That's it, man. We're all in this thing, and we all understand accidents happen, so it's just part of racing. And that was so great about OBS has crashed. That's not a good thing to see. Give me a second, guys. Apparently we just went off the air. Okay. It'll resume though. I'll see. Just patience with everything here. YouTube's usually about 18 seconds behind. I clicked on start streaming. Okay, it doesn't, my OBS program does not say that I'm streaming, but YouTube says that I'm streaming. So I think we were back up and running again. So I'll keep an eye on both screens. But yeah, Barb, I'm back here with Mark Paglia after a word from our internet connection sponsor. Yeah, it's always fantastic. But yeah, man, like we were saying before that weird interruption there, thanks for joining us up here in the booth, obviously. And yeah, it's always good to see out the track. Even, people always have bad nights and stuff, but that's what makes this thing so awesome. You never know what's going to happen. You never know when it's going to happen. The event yesterday was amazing. I don't think it could have been any better. Generated a lot of money for that thing too, dude. But I mean, here you are in the top 3, so you're carrying that green banner across the back of your truck into next week's playoff round number 2, and chance to win the championship here, man.
Yeah, I'm really looking forward to it and just trying to race a little bit cleaner. But I'm pretty fortunate to be able to be in the top 8 with such good drivers out there. There's a lot of good talent on that track every night.
Yeah, all surrounded. Even on a Sunday when the weather's getting nicer, we still ended up with 28 people out here to drive. And Jeff always like, we'll probably get 15 or 20. And I'm like, nah, man, there'll be 30 guys. There's always 30 guys, man. So we love what you guys do. You make the commitment. You're here doing it, and we love it. So, yeah, if you got any final words, Mike's yours.
Yeah, just shout out to Jeff. He puts this on for us. I know he gets stressed out about it sometimes, but he does a heck of a job. And to you and Rod, you guys do a great job. I always enjoy watching the replay on the next morning and take your analysis about what's going on the track, and I try to take tips from that and try to do a little better next time. But yeah, we're not afraid to point fingers.
That's
okay. I got thick skin.
Yeah, exactly. You're better because it's like we're not afraid to point them. So if you're going to get out there and do something, we're probably going to focus on it. So yeah, man, always fun to talk to you, dude. And we'll see you next Sunday, or maybe even
All
before.
Right, Blaine. Rod, have a good night. Blaine, thanks, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good job, Mike. Okay, so one of the problems we had, a little technical difficulty there. I hear that Jeff Elliott was applying a little bit of that butt paste on his way into the pits, and he hit the pole and kind of knocked our internet out for a minute.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah. So now we've got our second place finisher tonight, Greg Lovell, been the points leader all season. Now you made it through past the first hurdle, because you can get knocked out if you have a bad race. Second place, still in it. Good job.
Jeffrey used the whole tube of that. I seen whole tube. He didn't waste any of it. He cut it open and scraped it out.
Where did he use it, though? Because I heard somebody in the driver introduction say that you should spread it on your grilled cheese.
Oh, my God.
Yeah, it's out of hand, man. Out of hand. Bunch of children in here, I tell you.
Grilled cheese are good, man, but don't even compare that to a grilled cheese.
No, it's probably one of the greatest inventions ever.
Yeah, that's a fun race, man. I was going to stay behind Robert and just push him to a win, but he kind of pushed up a little too high, and I thought, well, the outside line was trying to form a little bit, and I didn't know what to do, man. I didn't know whether just to stay behind him, because I didn't know what Nate was going to do. So I took my chance and went for the win. And he just come down just a little bit too much, and it caused the wreck. But it happens. That's part of it.
I like watching like these races from above sometimes, because it's like we see you qualify 4th, and then we see you at the back of the pack, and then you maybe go a lap down and then get your lap back, and then here we are in 2nd place. And it's not a very long race, man. A lot of stuff can happen so fast, so we miss some of it sometimes.
Oh yeah,
just crazy.
You're one of the better, and I consider one of the better SuperSpeedway racers. We've seen you get sideways through the trial and then come from the back to the front. You're probably one of the hands-out favorite to win this. You've been not necessarily like you only won in one race, but you've been outpointing everybody. Now it's totally different. Now you've got to be concerned. I liked how you said, I had a chance maybe to go up, down. You don't know. It's so the way you guys do this, it just blows my mind, because you had to stop and actually think about what you were doing, because you cannot go out and get knocked all the way to the back. You know what I mean?
That's what I was saying to these guys. I would rather finish second than trying to make an outside move and finish 15th. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
A win is not that important. Sometimes it's just better to stay in the top 5.
But it's a totally different strategy kind of race. You're not worried about points. You're just worried about finishing ahead of. I mean, you could have been the 8th place truck out of all of them guys. It wouldn't matter because you're in.
Yeah. Yep, that's all I was worried about was being the first guy in that top 8. Because be honest with you.
That's the thing
who
too.
finished first?
If you're racing out there and you have that orange stripe on your truck, you got to make sure that you don't see more than 7 of them in front of you. Because if there's 8 of them in front of you, you got to get one.
I want to be the first one.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Well, I know that. I race with you a lot, so I know that. But yeah, but I mean, it just like it does change your style of racing a little bit, just because you got to be more concerned about not necessarily winning the race, just finishing ahead of the rest of them. And so you did a heck of a job tonight. You're still, still in it. Next week you got to fight again. So
yeah, I went in the pit, and I wasn't quite across the line, and the caution come out. Well, I got a penalty, and that put me all the way to the rear. And,
wow!
I worked myself up to probably 15th or something, and then when I pitted, man, I gained a bunch of spots. I think I come out 3rd or something. I'm really good at pitting. I'm not bragging or nothing, but I'm really good at pitting.
No, like I always say, I call it the delta time. The time it takes you to get off that track, the speed that you use to get to the speed limit line, running, 55 miles an hour all the way down there the best you can, grabbing 2 tires, getting up when you hit that line, getting up the speed as fast as you can. It's so easy to gain so much time when you do that, and you are very good at that.
I do 54 down pit road. I don't even chance getting a speeding ticket.
And you don't want to.
I do 54 down pit road. I don't do 55.
Well, some tracks will get you if you hit that 55 or you hit the limit, it'll actually black flag you too. So yeah, you're better to play it safe and just be kind of just that 1 tick underneath.
Yeah, it ain't gonna really bother nothing. Running 54 instead of 55. I mean, you're not gonna change nothing.
No, exactly. As long as you get in the box nice and straight and get what you need and get the hell out of there, it's always going to be, that's where you're going to win and lose on pit road. Is you got to be smooth.
Yep.
Awesome, dude. Well, congratulations on the 2nd place finish, and of course making it, advancing into the next round of the playoffs and keeping that green on the truck. If you have any shout-outs, let it rip.
Yep, I'd give a shout out to Greg and who else?
Kelly.
Sponsored this race. Kelly Causey.
Yep.
Give a shout out to them guys for sponsoring the race, and give a shout out to Jeffrey and Ken. They do a lot behind the scenes that nobody knows about, man. I mean, it's a lot. And I appreciate what you guys do. Rod, you do a great job, man. And you do too, Blaine. So thank you guys for coming over here and making it fun to watch. Go back and watch it, This makes it fun.
Yeah, thank you for the kind words.
Try to do our best.
You did a good job, Rod.
Congratulations on your 2nd place, making it in. Well, hopefully next week you can keep that momentum going.
I'm going to try to win next week.
There it is. I'm going to write that down. 1 sec. 8 equals winning. There we go.
I'm gonna try.
Good luck.
Thanks, Greg.
Thank you, guys. Appreciate it.
Randy, man. I got a question for Randy.
Wake Corey up. Corey up.
We were yelling at Corey on the broadcast because we were watching you earlier in the race, and you were trying to get you were kind of in the middle line, and you kind of got strong armed out of the middle line, not once, like 2 or 3 times. Guys seemed to almost be just pushing you out of the way, and here we are winning the thing.
Yeah, I started to feel like a lonesome dove there.
What was going on?
I don't know. I have that luck with trucks. For some reason, I can't drive these trucks like I can the cars, and I don't know if they don't want to work with me or they just get runs on me or what. But it seems like every line I got in, everybody abandoned it.
Yeah, and then they were like, it seemed like they wanted it, and you have to give it to them because they want it. You're like, okay, well, whatever. You don't have the playoff stripe on the truck, but it's like it was weird to see how all the guys with the green were kind of abusing that. But hey, joke's on them. You're in first place tonight. They should have followed you.
Oh yeah. Well, I had a little luck there. That last lap, I was in about 6, I think it was, and then I pulled down in front of Graham. I mean, threaded the needle, barely missed him, and then Brian shot up a little bit and going out of the corner, and I got under him. So I'm thinking I'm gonna get 4th. All right, that'll be good enough. Then I saw Greg and Robert get together, and I went low. I saw Greg go low, and then he started spinning. I just went a little bit lower, and I was lucky enough to get it.
So, and even on the burnout, like you were doing sideways burnout, upside down burnout, reverse burnouts, you were all over the place in the grass burnouts, in the dirt. You wanted to make sure that thing was used up, right?
Oh yeah, I just wanted for it to be a little entertaining. I like to do a backwards burnout, and I did a little bit of that. But after I got there in that grass, I said, well, this is fun too.
Why not? Why not? You're never going to use those tires again. You might as well burn them up, right?
Yep.
That's right.
You're probably not going to use a truck again either. Don't they get like, one truck, brand new truck every week?
Yeah, most of them do. I'll probably be running this truck from now on because I'm not in the playoffs. So I missed about 3 or 4 races because of wrestling tournaments. So I didn't get in the playoffs this year.
How did that go? Because you said it was who was in the wrestling tournament?
My grandson.
Yeah.
He went to 2 national tournaments this year, and he's got about 8 or 9 offers for college. So I'm hoping he goes.
That's so
good.
That's
he's
so
pretty
cool.
good. I'm proud of him. He's graduating in a couple weeks and had his prom last week. So,
how did he do in the nationals?
In the first one, he won 1 and lost 2. In the second one, he lost 2 by 1 point in the last with 1 minute left.
Oh, wow. See, that's wild to think about, though. Like, oh, yeah, he lost. But really, man, to get there, how many people do you have to get through to get to that point? It's probably thousands or tens of thousands of people.
Well, he was in the seniors class. Just in the seniors class, there was 900 and something.
Just his school? No,
just in
the sorry. Nation. I mean, when you say class, I heard that wrong. I get you. Yeah, like in that division, in that grouping. 900 people.
Yeah, and they had 1,500 in the juniors, and they had freshmen, they had girls. There was probably 25,000 people at that tournament.
Yeah, so I mean, and that's also the people that they're also selecting the best of the best to go to that thing. So you can imagine the number before that number. Like it's thousands and thousands and thousands of people. That's awesome.
Oh yeah. I'm hoping he goes to college and keeps wrestling because I love watching him wrestle.
That's cool, man. Yeah, especially with a full-blown scholarship like that. That's super cool. Well, congratulations to is his last name Wah?
It sure is.
There we go. I knew
Adrian Wah.
It was a good guess.
If you watch any wrestling this next year, or he may redshirt first year, I don't know, but he might. Matter of fact, if he goes to college, I expect him to go to. The guy in his weight class is a senior, and he just won the national championship in college.
Oh, wow.
So he'll be learning from him and be under him for freshman year.
Yeah, to be surrounded by that guy. That's the guy. That's the best. That's an awesome story, dude. Yeah, congratulations on that, too. That's fantastic.
Yeah, I can't wait for Corey to watch this. If y'all called out his name,
we did.
He's going to love it.
You were getting bashed around out there. We're like, Corey, go see what's wrong with Dad. These guys are beating him up out here. And then here we are in Victory Lane. So,
yeah, I'll get him this weekend. I'll have him all next week. So we'll be watching him.
Awesome.
Thanks a lot, man, for joining us up here this evening. I guess we'll let you go. Get back to your night. If you have any final words, let her rip.
Oh, yeah. I just want to do a few shout outs. Shout out to you guys for televising this. Shout out to Jeff and all the crew over there at Talladega Nights for putting this on. Shout out to the Boudreaux brothers for the butt pace 125. We had a lot of fun with that.
Almost too much.
Yes, they did.
I want to shout out to my sons Christian and Corey, my grandsons Adrian, Asher, and Asa. And thank God that I'm able to do this. I enjoy it.
Right on, man. Well, we'll see you next week.
Very good job, buddy.
Thank you. And roll Tide, roll.
There you go.
Thanks, Randy. Have a good night, bud.
Thanks, y'all too. Bye.
Randy Waugh, winner of this evening's race, the what was it? The Paced Butt Piss.
Yep.
Yeah, Paced Butt Piss 500, and yeah, super cool.
Think about it like we talked about before. You know, the points, Greg level could have been out of it. We discussed that. And, you know, you take the top, or the bottom 4 drivers technically in the points, okay? The only one out of the bottom 4 that did not make them in was Robert Breedlove. And Frank Divins was the first one that didn't make it. Jeffrey Elliott didn't make it. I'm trying to look at Dan Level.
I'm curious about that, though, because the yellow flag came out and they were running to the checker, like to the next yellow.
Yep.
And that would have been when the race, wouldn't that be where the field was locked?
No, because it's start finish. It's a checkered flag. It doesn't. They race back. So
yeah, but at the line, Breedlove was able to get the truck turned back around, and he was actually in front of the 77 at the yellow. And then he, on the card here, it shows him finishing in 22nd. But I realized they still had to run a couple laps to get to the checkered, but I thought the field would have been locked in because from what I was seeing on my replay.
Got to race back.
But they were racing back, and then that was the second accident.
But there again, like you said, that's why the races are always unofficial. Things may have to be reviewed. There's a possibility that things could change. But currently, as of right now, the last driver to make it in was Bobby Farrell.
Currently on the current export, yeah, what we're looking at on screen, it's Bob.
That's the information we have at this point. From that point, you know, things can change as the admins go through, review some stuff. But as far as we know, right now, Bobby Farrell was the last one to make it in. Congrats to him.
Yeah, and the way I was looking at, I rolled back on the replay there while I let you interview you were talking to Brian Rawson, and I scrubbed back to the replay. Yellow came out, and they were racing back to the line when Breedlove got in that accident. It got spun around before the line, and he was actually the 7th truck to get across, and Bobby Farrell was behind him. So I don't know what happened between that time and the actual checkered flag to lock in the results you're looking at now. So these I think these will definitely change, unless I'm just looking at the wrong spot on the replay, because we were live looking at it. So I'm not really sure. But definitely, you know what? Tune in next week at 7 p.m. Eastern, right here to watch, because we're going to have up-to-date stats, and we're going to be talking about this, because the export we're looking at may not be the way that this race actually ended. So they're going to have to really pick through this, because, like you said, this is a point series, and now we're into knockout rounds. So this is going to be very important information to get right. So it's all speculation at the moment. Big fan of unofficial race results, because we don't have to worry about it. We can say goodbye. Just log in a couple days and see what happened.
Oh, absolutely. You got to come back next Sunday to watch this. Then we got one more race after that. The finale will be 4 trucks going for the championship.
Oh.
Whoever finishes ahead of who will win it. That one right there is going to be as I say before, how these guys race at this track blows my mind. But just imagine you're out there, there's 4 of you. You've got to be the first truck. You can finish, way in the back as long as you finish ahead of those other 3.
If you're 10th and they're all back in the 20th spot, you're winning the championship. And that's the crazy thing too. Like, this was the first race of a 3-round knockout. We can't stop talking about how this thing went down. Imagine what's going to happen in the next 2 weeks.
We're going to lose 4 drivers. We have a belief of who it is. Like you said, it could change unofficial results, but we lost 4 drivers out of that. Graham McDonald made it through, which is, I'm a big Graham McDonald fan.
Yep.
Love to see him win the championship. Is it going to happen? Who knows? Greg Lovell is very hard to beat. he's probably hands down the favorite. Him and Ken Roberts. I think Ken made it through. So that they're good super speedway racers, and so, but I'd like, just the back of my mind, I'm like, come on, Graham, let's win this.
Oh yeah, hey, come on, Graham McDonald, right? Get her done, bud.
Your neighborhood up there.
Oh yeah, bud. I know about it, right? I'm gonna go over to Graham's house. We're gonna have a pint, bud. That's what's gonna happen. He knows what I'm talking about, bud. Like if I talk Canadian, Graham will know exactly what I'm talking about. Let's see if you understand. Yeah. See if you understand what I'm gonna tell Graham right now. You want to see if you can figure this out?
Go for it.
Hey there, bud. You want to come down to the hard water, bud? Slap biscuits around or what? Like, what are you doing on the weekend, bud? Any idea what I just said?
No. I think it had something to do with hockey.
It did.
Oh, good.
So do you want to come down to the hard water? That's the ice.
Ice, yep.
Do you want to slap some biscuits around?
And that's a hockey puck.
That's a hockey puck. And bye. That's just what the East Coasters say. Like, hey, man, what's up, dude? Hey there, bye. Down by the bay there, bye. That's kind of like East Coast,
Only thing I got out of it was the hockey and the puck.
Yeah.
Did all right, though. I did pretty good.
It's all hockey stuff. Bud, right? I dragged the biscuit right into the slot, but let her rip right in the embroidery. Tendy got right in the way. You get that?
I'll tell you what, I don't know. This has been a great podcast. This sponsor tonight had me laughing. My cheeks hurt from laughing so much. It was so much fun.
You want to know what I just said there?
Drivers had too much fun with it. They had way too much fun with it, but it was good.
Do you want to know what I just said there? About dragging the biscuit into the slot, letting her go right in the embroidery, but the tendy got in the way.
You're gonna have to.
Okay, so dragging the biscuit right into the slot means you're pulling the puck into the middle of the ice, about 15 feet in front of the goaltender. So you drag the biscuit into the slot, so you pull it into the middle, you take the shot, you hit him right in the embroidery, which is the logo on the front of his shirt.
Yep.
And you just said, the tendy got in the way. Tendy is just another word for goaltender.
So
dragging the biscuit into the slot and letting a Hummer go and hitting right in the embroidery, Tendy's got to get out of the way. Hockey talk.
Great. The great part is I picked up some of that, and that's why I never watched a hockey game in my entire life.
You know what you got to do when you get over the blue line, bud?
I have no idea.
You got to hum a high hard one right off the cross member, bud. That's a slap shot that hit the crossbar. Hum a high hard one.
We got to get serious here. Come on now.
We do. It's a fantastic race, and it was sponsored in part by Boudreaux's Butt Paste, www.buttpaste.com. So we're a little bit, we're having too much fun tonight. It was such an awesome
We had way too much fun.
We had a lot of fun last night, and it bled over into tonight. And Leah, again, thank you to Greg Palmer, Kelly Causey for sponsoring the race this evening. Thanks for Jeff and this whole group of cronies for allowing us to do what we do. And thank you very much to Rod Weston. And
you're very welcome.
Yeah, man, that's it. Keep your stick on the ice.
Sweet.